Midlife ladies, two things might be true for you right now. One, you've been doing all the right things, eating better, moving more, maybe even cutting calories. And yet the scale won't budge, the belly won't flatten, and you're starting to wonder if this is just how it's going to be for the rest of your life. And two, every time you get dressed, you're frustrated. Nothing hangs the way you want it to. You're pulling, you're adjusting, you're covering up. And you're one bad mirror check away from canceling plans entirely. Here's the thing nobody says out loud. Those two problems, they're connected. They feed each other. And when you fix them together, not one and then the other, but fix them together, the results are faster than you think. I am going to give you my top wellness strategies to drop inches fast and my best style strategies to look 10 pounds lighter immediately. Because wellness is the foundation and style is the expression. And today we're doing both. Comment slimmed and let me know you're watching, and let's get started. We're going to start with the fastest win, and it's not fat, it's about inflammation and bloat. Here's how you know the difference. Bloat is that thing where your stomach is relatively flat in the morning, and by the end of the day or after one meal, it's distended, tight, uncomfortable, puffed out, looks like you're pregnant. It comes and goes. But fat is soft, it's pinchable, and it stays consistent regardless of the time of day. Now here's what most midlife women don't realize. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is not just making you puffy, it's actually locking in fat storage around your midsection. Your body, in a state of inflammation, holds onto weight as a protective mechanism. It thinks it's under attack. So when we start talking about losing inches fast, we start by calming inflammation. And let's get real here for just a minute. If weight loss on its own worked for women in menopause and beyond, then so many people wouldn't be turning to medically assisted weight loss for help. Your metabolism shifts, your hormones change, the old rules stop working, and it's not your fault, it's biology. That's why I rely heavily on supplements, because sometimes food alone doesn't bridge the gap, especially when your body is fighting inflammation on multiple fronts. My two favorite supplements to fight bloat and inflammation are the Gut Health Duo and Gold. The Gut Health Duo is a comprehensive digestive system. It doesn't just give you prebiotics and probiotics. It also gives you digestive enzymes that help you to break down your food. And here's the chain reaction. When you fix your gut, you ramp up your digestion. And when you ramp up your digestion, you supercharge your metabolism. That's the connection that most people miss. And then there's Gold. I love Gold for inflammation because it contains turmeric, cinnamon, apple cider vinegar, three ingredients that work together to reduce puffiness and give your skin that golden glow, boost immunity, and support your metabolism. And it's one of those supplements where I see it and feel it. I ran out of Gold last week and I didn't have it for 5 days. And I felt puffy and I could see the puffiness without it. Now, these are the supplements that I personally use and trust. I have recommended them with success to hundreds of other women. And I'll link to them at the top of the comments so you can find them easily. But beyond supplements, there are 3 things you can do with food alone. Number 1 is to cut inflammatory oils, which are seed oils, processed foods. Those are fanning the flame. 2 are to add anti-inflammatory foods, ginger, turmeric, berries, leafy greens. And number 3 is to prioritize your gut health through whole foods, fiber, diversity, and less processed junk. I'm a certified nutrition coach and gut health specialist. I see this every single day. Women coming to me frustrated because the belly won't budge and the scale won't move. And it's almost always inflammation driving the bus, driving that crazy menopause belly. So when we calm down inflammation with both foods and the right supplements, the inches start to drop before the scale moves. So that's why I always tell women to take your inches first, because you will see inches disappear before the scale moves. So while you're working on calming down inflammation from the inside, let's talk about what you're putting on the outside of your body. Because here's the one style trick that visually erases weight faster than any other. And that is to dress in a column of color. Here's what happens when you wear high contrast color blocking, maybe a black top and white pants. Your eye hits at that horizontal line right at the waist or hip, and it chops your body in half visually. It shortens you, And when you shorten something, you widen it. It's just how the eye works. Now let's take that same outfit and make it all black or all white or maybe even all neutral. Suddenly, there's no break. Your eye travels from head to toe in one uninterrupted line. You look longer, and longer reads leaner every single time. And ladies, it doesn't mean all black, especially in summer. You can do all white, all neutrals, light blues, a tonal palette that keeps the line flowing but doesn't look like you're heading to a funeral. The formula is one color family from head to toe. Different shades are fine because it's still a column. It's still lengthening, and it works on every body and every size. This is the fastest visual trick available. Before you buy anything new, go look and see what you have in your closet and ask yourself, can I create a column of color today? Because I bet you can. Okay, the next wellness tip, and this is one so simple, you're going to wonder why you weren't doing it already. Walk for 10 to 15 minutes after every meal. Not an hour, not a workout class, not something that requires a gym bag and a towel. 10 minutes. Here's the science, and we've been giving this to diabetics for years. When you eat, your blood sugar rises. Your body releases insulin to shuttle that glucose into your cells. But when you sit down right after eating, which most of us do, that glucose hangs around and insulin stays elevated. And insulin is a fat storage hormone. It locks the door on fat burning. So when you walk, even gently for 10 minutes after a meal, your muscles start to pull that glucose out of your bloodstream without needing as much insulin. Blood sugar drops faster, insulin drops faster, and that means fat storage decreases. Multiple studies show that post-meal walking significantly improves blood sugar control and reduces the insulin response. And for midlife women, where insulin resistance becomes more common as we get older, this is one of the highest impact, lowest effort changes you can make. And here's the style connection. When your energy is stable, when you're not, riding blood sugar spikes and crashes, you carry yourself differently. You stand taller. Your presence in your clothes and in the room is completely different. And that is something that no outfit can fake. Now let's talk about the waist, because I hear this all the time. Valerie, I have a belly and I don't want to tuck anything in, but when I leave it all out, it looks frumpy and shapeless. I get it, but let me be clear. Nobody wants to tuck their shirt or wear a belt in summer heat. It's not comfortable, and I'm not doing it. So here's the truth. Hiding the midsection behind a tent of fabric doesn't make you look smaller. It makes you look like you're hiding, and hiding reads bigger every time. What you want is structure, definition, without tucking a single thing. And the secret is in how the top is constructed, not how you force it to behave by tucking or belting. The first no-tuck option is a peplum top. A peplum top nips right under the bust and then flares out gently over the midsection. It creates the illusion of a defined waist without touching your stomach at all. And the flare skims out over everything, no clinging, no grabbing, just shape. And in lightweight summer fabrics like cotton poplin or linen blends, they're breathable and effortless. The second is a wrap top. It can be a true wrap top or a fake wrap top that you don't have to fuss with. The diagonal line across your torso draws the eye inward, and it creates an hourglass visual without anything squeezing or constricting. And because the tie sits at the side or slightly off center, not sent tight around the waist, you get the definition without discomfort. The third is structured tops with built-in shaping. Look for princess seams, bust darts, or gentle A-line cuts that nip in at the rib cage and then release over the belly. They're doing the work for you. The construction creates the waist, not a tuck, not a belt. The garment itself has the architecture. And these are my 5 principal frameworks for style: structure, proportion, balance, silhouette, and fabric. When you understand those 5 things, you'll stop fighting with your clothes and start making them work for you. And in summer, no tuck, no belt, no fuss. Just smart construction. Okay, quick pause here because I want to speak to you directly for a second. If the first 2 wellness tips landed, if you're hearing me on the inflammation piece, and if post-meal walking makes sense, but underneath it all you think, I need more tips, I need a plan, I need help because I've been stuck for so long, I hear you on this. If you think nothing is working, the clothes are the expression. But if the foundation isn't solid, there is no outfit in the world that's going to fix how you feel when you look in the mirror. I'm a certified nutrition coach and gut health specialist. I lost 30 pounds and I've kept it off for almost 6 years now. I know exactly what you're going through because I've lived it. And if you're ready for real change, not another fad diet, not another quick fix, send me an email with one word that says help. We'll build a plan together, a real one, because you deserve to feel like that girl again, the one who used to walk into a room and own it. She's still in there. So let's get back to it. One more wellness tip before we get to the style closers. So here's the third wellness tip. Eat one salad a day with lean protein. I don't mean to eat a big bowl of iceberg with 3 croutons and 1 tablespoon of dressing that you don't like in the first place. That's not a meal, that's punishment. I mean an abundant, colorful, satisfying bowl, dark leafy greens, whatever vegetables you love, a handful of herbs, lean protein, chicken, shrimp, salmon, chickpeas if you're plant-based, a drizzle of your favorite dressing. It's probably best for you to put your dressing on the side. That way you just dip it and you don't eat as much. Here's why that works on multiple levels. One is fiber. Midlife women need fiber for gut health, for hormone balance, for keeping things moving. Most of us are not getting enough fiber. Number 2 is protein. Lean protein at every meal preserves muscle mass. And muscle mass is what drives your metabolism at this age. And number 3 is volume eating. When you fill your plate with vegetables and you get satisfied on a full meal with a fraction of the calories. And part of that is also the gut health connection. The leafy greens and colorful vegetables feed your good gut bacteria. That's the same bacteria that reduce inflammation, the inflammation that's driving the menopause belly and weight gain. It's all connected here. It's not a diet tip. This is a foundational habit. One salad a day with protein and watch what happens. Now here's a pro tip. This was given to me by a registered dietitian. I was trying to get off 10 pounds of maintenance weight back in December, which is inarguably the hardest month of the year to lose weight. But I lost 10 pounds doing this, and that was drinking Balance before my 2 biggest meals of the day. It works. And this is how it works. This is the science of how it works. Balance gives you fiber and prebiotics before you eat. That means that you feel fuller quicker, so you're not sitting down to the table starving when you first get to your meal. So you eat less, and the bigger win is that it balances your blood sugar, hence the name Balance. When your blood sugar stays stable, you don't get the cravings, you don't get the munchies 2 hours later, and you're not fighting your hunger all day or fighting food noise all day. So here's the stack. 1 salad a day with lean protein. Before your 2 biggest meals of the day, drink Balance. And I'll link to it at the top of the comments to make it easier for you to find. Here's the one I see the most, and it breaks my heart when I see this because I know why you're doing it. Midlife ladies, stop hiding in oversized clothing. I know why you're doing it. You don't want anything clinging. You don't want to feel exposed. You're trying to cover up your shape and you want to be comfortable. But here's what actually happens when you wear shapeless, oversized pieces. You don't look smaller, you look undefined and frumpy. The clothing takes up visual space, and the brain assumes that the body underneath it is filling all of it. A square-shaped garment makes your body read as a square shape, and square reads wider every single time. What you want to do instead is structure, and let me show you the difference. Same woman, same body, but the clothing has shape. And when it skims rather than swallows, when it defines rather than disguises, suddenly you see the woman underneath. You see the proportion, you see the intention. This doesn't mean tight. We don't do tight here. Tailored is the goal. Structured is the goal. Pieces that acknowledge your shape without suffocating it. So look for draped fabrics that skim rather than cling, defined shoulder seams, darting at the bust, or A-line cuts that create shape from the waist down. Maybe even wrap silhouettes that define and flatter in one motion. Give your body a shape to inhabit. When the clothing has structure, you look polished, not poured into it or frumpy. And here's a bonus tip. This is one you can do right now while you're watching your video, and that is your posture. So while I'm talking, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin, and lift up from your rib cage. Engage your stomach. Do you feel that? In an instant, your entire silhouette changes. When you slump, and most of us do because we're sitting in front of screens all day, your shoulders round forward, your chest collapses, your belly protrudes, and you instantly look 5 to 10 pounds heavier based on your posture alone. It's not weight, it's alignment. But beyond the visual, posture changes how you feel and your mindset. With your shoulders back, chin up, elevated out of the rib cage, this is your confidence signal. Your brain registers this position and releases different chemistry. You actually feel more capable, more present, more self-assured. And in your clothes, posture is the difference between an outfit wearing you and you wearing the outfit. Everything sits where it's supposed to. You look intentional, polished, and effortless. So practice it. Here's a tip. Every time you walk through a doorway, use that as a cue. The doorway equals a posture check. Shoulders back, chin up, lift out of your rib cage, and own the room you just walked into. So let me bring this all together for you. When it comes to wellness, first, calm the inflammation to drop inches fast with both food and supplements. 2, walk 10 to 15 minutes after every meal. 3, eat one abundant salad with lean protein every day and drink balance before your 2 biggest meals. When it comes to style, dress in a column of color. Define your waist with no tuck tops that do the work for you. And 3rd, choose structure over oversize. And bonus tip, stand up like you mean it. Wellness is the foundation. Style is the expression. You don't have to choose between the two of them. You can feel better in your body and look better in your clothing at the same time. One feeds the other. But I also want to leave you with this. If the fashion piece is clicking and you're still not feeling like yourself, if the weight won't move, if the belly won't budge, or if the energy just isn't there, it's not a willpower problem. It's a foundation problem. As a certified nutrition coach and gut health specialist, just send me an email with one word that says help. We will work together to build a plan for you, a real one, because I want you feeling like that girl again, the one that walked into every room and owned it back in the day. The one who felt good in her body and her clothing, because they're both possible at the same time. I'm living proof. If this video has helped you, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and share it with a friend who might be struggling as well. So, until we meet again, my friends,